You've made it to the end of the home buying process. What's the last step before the home is yours? That's what we're talking about today, so let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bryn Cook and I'm a real estate agent here in Eugene, Oregon. This is the 9th video in my series discussing the home buying process flow chart. In the first video of the series, I provided an overview of the home buying process in general. If you missed that one, you can find that link right here. But today we're digging into the final step in the home buying process, which is the closing. This is the transfer of funds and ownership. A title company or an attorney typically acts as an independent third party to facilitate the closing. There are a number of steps that have to happen in order to close on the purchase of a home. The escrow company will coordinate all the steps that need to occur. They will work with the buyer, the seller, the lender, and both real estate agents to make sure that they have all of the documents required per the contract in order to make it official. Now, first things first, before the lender can send the closing documents to the escrow company, they need to send out the closing disclosure to the buyer at least 3 days prior to signing. The closing disclosure is a 5-page form that outlines the final terms and costs of the mortgage. It's one of the most important pieces of paperwork, so it needs to be reviewed carefully. Once the 3-day review period is over, loan documents and instructions will be sent to escrow. The escrow team will work to compile all of the documents that the buyer and seller need to sign in order to fund the loan and transfer the deed with the county. This is also the time when the buyer will want to schedule the final walkthrough of the house. Now, if the house has been vacant through the process, there probably isn't a lot to be concerned about. But if the seller has been living in the home up until this point, this is the time to make sure that the house is in good condition and nothing significant has changed in the home. Are all of the appliances included in the contract still there? Was there any damage to the property during the moving process? Any issues will need to be addressed prior to officially closing the deal. Both the buyer and the seller need to make appointments with the escrow officer to sign the closing documents. This is also when the buyer will bring in their final down payment for the deal, if one is required. The escrow officer will provide the final amount of money needed prior to their appointment. Once both parties have signed, the documents will be returned to the lender for their final review and approval. After they have approved the documents, the lender will fund the loan and give their authorization for the transaction to record. Recording takes place with the county that the purchase is taking place in. It's where the deed of trust is transferred to the new owner and the sale is officially complete. Now, in the state of Oregon, we don't give the keys to the buyer until the transaction has been recorded and it's officially in the new owner's name. As the real estate agent, this is the fun part. I like to meet my clients at the home to give them their keys and a closing gift. It's also fun to take a photo of them in front of their new home that they can share with their family and friends on social media. If you like this video about the closing process, don't forget to watch the other videos in my series about the home buying process overall. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel and join me for my next video. Thanks so much for watching.